Introducing Thingy, the premier blockchain smartphone with an embedded cold storage wallet. Brought to you by Siren Labs, the leading.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. Say good morning, Tracy, Barbara Brown, Vallejo, Linda Reuter, Graham Washington, Moshe Frazier, Chantal from Belgium, Shauna Ross, Charlotte, North Carolina. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? What vehicle of choice, like KGX? Make a decision, take action, stay focused, and do not get distracted. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but this will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that you can ask for. All right, let me get the screen share up and running. All right, you should be able to see my screen now. The first thing we do is we take a look at the market. Total market cap right now is at 132 billion. It has gone up a slight bit since yesterday, maybe $500 million. Bitcoin dominance still at 53.3%. Bitcoin is at 34.55, flatline from the last 24 hours. Ripple is up 0.63%, Ethereum 1.81%. So, excuse me. So I'm starting to see a little bit more green. So let's see if this is another dead cat bounce, or will this thing creep back up to the 3,600 range? At which point I will put my coins into Tether. I missed it at the 3,800 mark. But I think that this thing is going to go below 3,000 into the 2,000 region soon. So that's a good way to kind of save yourself. Let's see, worst performers, our best performers. What in the world? Unobtainium. I have never heard of that. 140% increase. That is a pump and dump if I've ever seen one. What? The price is $171 a coin? Wait a minute. Circulating supply, 199,000. This one's weird. So whoever got in on this one made a good chunk of change. What exchange is this being sold on? Curious, I've never heard of this coin. $171 per coin, up 140%. Been around since 2014. Coin exchange, trade Satoshi. So it's basically on some no-name exchanges. Coin exchange, kinda. Really? Interesting. I'll do more research on them later. Find out what it is that they do. All right. Other than that, let's see. Best performers. We got Mobile Go. Mobile Go. Why are they having a spike? Chainlink, 10x, Augur, Tron's up 4.5%. All right. Worst performers. Ravane, negative 10%. Dentacoin, Tezos, Electronium, down 2%. Stellar. So all in all, the market's pretty much flatline right now. So we'll see how this looks later on. Let's go into some articles. First up, Fortnite. Fortnite. Why talk about Fortnite? Well, it's like talking about Facebook. You've got millions and millions and millions of people on this platform, and it's what's called freemium gaming, which means the game is free, but you buy a lot of in-game items with real money. Real money. And they made $5.7 billion in 1 year. That is unbelievable. Let me put this link in the chat box. How many of you guys have kids playing this freaking game? Good morning. See Rohan, Barbara, Lashana, Rich King. My son plays this game. And in fact, he streams his playing live on YouTube. Now, he's not allowed to play it without being in front of me. If you guys see my setup, I got like the Star Wars or Star Trek setup bridge, multiple TVs, multiple laptops. And so on one of my TVs, he plays his game and I'm watching and I see what's going on. Because personally, I think not only are kids playing it, but you got a whole bunch of pedophile adult men playing it, trying to get close to little boys. So I got to watch that thing and watch the chat box and all that stuff. But there's no denying that it's a huge success, a huge hit. Where have we seen that number before? 5.7 billion. Isn't that how much Donald Trump wants to build the wall? I say, Donald Trump, come out with a video game like Fortnite in 1 year, you could fund the wall. 5.7 billion. How much did we lose on the government shutdown? I heard estimates of $8 billion for the month of January. That's the wall right there. The amount of money we lost keeping the government shut down would have built the freaking wall. Good grief. All right, game company investments into market leaders like Epic Games doubled. Oh, are you kidding me, Rich? It was 11 billion, not 8 billion. I mean, we could have doubled the size of the wall. But this doubled an already record figure for gaming investments in 2017. Epic Games, developer of Fortnite, the world's most popular video game, saw the greatest single investment in 2018 of 1.25 billion. Was it event? Somebody invested that? Epic Games' 1.25 billion funding round is the largest non-IPO gaming investment ever. If you're already making billions, why do you need to go through another? Oh, unless they're trying to go public or something, and there's no need to do that. A first quarter 2019 report from DigiCapital, as reported by VentureBeat, confirmed the latest industry statistics. Gaming investment reached 5.7 billion in 2018, double the record figure for 2017. I don't get it. I watched this game. It's like a first-person shooter of Minecraft. Another game I don't understand. This generation, these kids. I mean, I don't get it. Battlefield? Now, yeah, I get that. Battlefield or Call of Duty, even Star Wars, first-person shooter, but Fortnite? Like, I don't get it. Anyways. South Korea's Netmarble Games raised $2.3 billion in its IPO in 2017. The mobile game maker's public listing was the country's second largest ever. What? I chose the wrong career. Could have been a video game programmer. DigiCapital statistics revealed that 11 other companies raised more than 100 million each. This is bigger than the movie industry. The largest gaming investments were in mobile and games, technology, and in streaming, with multiplayer online games like Fortnite and League of Legends. Now, I heard of League of Legends. Now, that game's been around for a while, really big in Asia. Multiplayer online games are the basis for the fast-growing esports industry. Now, I do predict esports is going to be bigger than regular sports. You're going to start seeing huge leagues and tournaments and this stuff being video or put on TV about these games. And because you don't need to be an athlete to play them. You don't need to spend thousands upon thousands of hours honing your body and your skill physically. You just got to be able to be good and quick with your fingers and your processing on a video game. And that opens the door to everybody, man, woman, and child, especially child. These 7-year-old, 8-year-olds, their reflexes is faster than mine. I used to play Street Fighter. Nobody could beat me at Street Fighter. Now a little 6-year-old kid will whoop my butt. Anyways, the entire video game market is expected to reach a value of 115 billion. Okay. You see that? The crypto market cap right now, 113 billion. The video game market, 115 billion. And I only say that to show you we are still at the beginning stages of crypto. The esports market is forecasted to reach a value of 906 million in 2018, rising quickly to a market cap of 1.65 billion by 2021. By October 2018, Epic Games had reached its own value of $15 billion. This after the massive cash injection and the success of Fortnite. By the same point in time, Fortnite had seen 125 million players. Now, I'm not going to lie. The only MMO I played was Matrix Online. Yes, I was a gamer. And that you had about 30, 40,000 people playing that game at the same time on different servers. Here we're talking about, I mean, that is a drop in the bucket. 125 million players in one game. China's Tencent not only backed Fortnite's Epic Games, but also Douyu, Shonda Games, and Hayu. Goldman Sachs led funding for Voodoo to the tune of $200 million. Tencent owns 40% of Epic Games and 25% of Netmarble. It also owns stakes in Tesla, Snap, and Activision Blizzard. You guys ever seen the movie Ready Player One? That is going to become a reality. Ready Player One. Tencent, however, is still missing a huge market opportunity for Epic Games in its home country of China. Despite the Chinese government beginning to up the pace of game licenses again, it has yet to grant a license for Tencent to earn revenue from Fortnite in China, the biggest gaming country in the world. DigiCapital also reports $22 billion worth of game company mergers and acquisitions in 2018, the second biggest year for M&A in the industry on record. Tencent also acquired an over $2 billion stake in Ubisoft via its Vivendi deal. The thriving industry, over 25 billion gamers, and resounding successes like Epic Games and Fortnite are inspiring gaming investment. Not just investments, but market moves by other technology players like Tencent. Apple, and according to News This Week, is ready to create its own gaming subscription service. Yeah, I know it's profitable, but I'm old school. The new model is create a game, give it away for free. They'll make their money on ads in the game and you paying for items in the game. I don't like the paying for items in the game because you're not advancing based on skill, but based on how much money your parents have. And it kind of started with the apps. Remember, Facebook had all those gaming apps, Mafia Wars and the Farmville, whatever that was called. And the more money you put in of your own money, the faster you were able to advance. I almost got hooked on this game app called Bricks and Balls, right? Like a Tetris type game. And the more higher level you get, it's almost impossible to advance unless you spend real world money to get certain items that helps you to pass the level. And what do you get when you pass the level? Nothing. You just go on to a harder level, like a sense of accomplishment in your own head. But you realize I realized I spent a lot of money, little microtransactions, $1 here, $3 there. But when it adds up, I realized how much I spent. I was like, oh, heck no, delete. Like when I go to the pick up my son and I'm waiting for him from school, or I'm at the car wash getting my car detailed and I'm waiting somewhere, I just pull out that game and start playing it. They suck you in for all this money. All right. Anyways, keep an eye on that as far as investments. It's going to be a good industry to invest money in because this is only going to get much, much, much bigger. Let's talk about the Bitcoin price. It retreats under 3,400. And here's why a fall to the $2,000 range may be inevitable. I'm not going to say I called it, but I called it. I believe that it's going to be in the $2,000 range before we see any massive increase. In the last 24 hours, the Bitcoin price has dropped from 35.05 to 33.22 by more than 5% against the US dollar. Let me look at this more closely. What the last 24 hours high and low looks like. We got to pull it up on Poloniex. And I know I need to learn more on the Binance side. I just haven't had the time. So the 24-hour high, 35.71, low, 33.82, bounced back up to 34.15. What is the buy wall, sell wall looking like? The buy wall is at 33.81. Sell wall is at 34.60. So this might go up close to 34.60. See, we got to 34.46 and bounced back down. So 34.60 is where that high wall that needs to break. If it breaks past that, it can go up to 34.91. If it breaks past 34.91, maybe the 3500, then it can rise all the way back to the 3600 range is where the next sell wall is, 36.39. This is where I want it to go. Then I move my stuff back into Tether. I don't want to do it here. It's 200 points. But it looks like there's still a strong buy wall here. So it's going to take a little bit to get to the 2000s. See, if you look at this scale here, it's going to take a while. But that can happen overnight, you know. We never know. We've seen some strange things. What's the bot doing on here? There it is. It's got a buy order at 33.92 and a sell order at 34.40. Huh. Need to get back into my day trading. Okay. The abrupt decline in the Bitcoin price led the valuation of the crypto market to plunge by over $10 billion in a 3-day span. Major crypto assets such as Bitcoin Cash and EOS recorded large losses throughout the past week and were surpassed by Tether in market valuation. Dropping below $3,000 is a possibility for Bitcoin. Throughout the past 3 months, despite recording intense sell-offs at times, Bitcoin has defended the $3,000 support level with strength on multiple occasions. However, traders generally see weakness in the short-term trend of Bitcoin and in the upcoming weeks. The dominant cryptocurrency is likely to extend its bearish sentiment. A crypto trader with an online alias Maine, well, okay, depending on where you're from, that's pronounced differently. It could be Maine, stated that Bitcoin could drop by another 50% from its current price if it fails to hold the $3,000 level. All bear market, my feed is people getting bullish at lower highs and bearish after dumps. BTC could drop another 50% from here. You hear that? Another 50%. If it drops another, that's 2,200. 50%. But most of you are better off sitting out or waiting for longs. The time to short bigly was all last year. Daily close looks good if this level holds. Some analysts suggested that no strong supports were formed below 3,000, which may have the asset vulnerable to a steep decline if it falls below key support levels. That's just what they're talking about. I don't know about that. Below 2,000? Well, yeah. I mean, look at this. That's a unless you've got this steep wall here, $352 a coin. But right here, I see it strong all the way up to 24.95. And then it flatlines all the way down to 21 or 2,000. Chris Berninsky, a partner at Placeholder, a major cryptocurrency venture capital, stated that smart money is observing the price trend of Bitcoin and the big buy walls could form if Bitcoin dips below 3,000. Similarly, in mid-December, large buy walls emerged on fiat to crypto exchanges and the likes of Coinbase and Bitstamp as Bitcoin dropped to a 12-month low. Here's what they mean again. Here's what's going to happen. If Bitcoin hits right around here, this wall, where you see this high here, is going to move over to here. Why? Because you're going to have all the big guys, the institutional guys, now coming out of nowhere and buying up, placing their buy orders for Bitcoin in the 2,000 range. That's what they're all waiting for. And then they're going to sit. They're not looking at short term. They're going to sit on it. and wait for the sucker to rise all the way back up past 10,000. And that's not going to happen until 2020 plus. That's what they're waiting for. Regardless of whether BTC breaks up or down, there are a lot of big players watching closely. See that? A lot of smart money is hoping to nail a bottom, likely in the high 2000s. You see that? Just cracking 3K before popping back above 200-week SMA, or coming quickly when there's significant consensus that the bottom is in a situation is de-risked. Since January 2018, Bitcoin and other major crypto assets have demonstrated a weak short-term price movement. BTC is en route to falling to its 12-month low at $3,122, but it remains uncertain whether buy walls in low 3000s will be sufficient to lead the asset to recover. Overall negative sentiment bearish period. In regard to the price trend of cryptocurrencies, the majority of investors in the crypto market remain negative and bearish for the right reasons. Technical indicators demonstrate a lack of momentum in both major crypto assets and low market cap cryptocurrencies. Apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum, the daily volume of most cryptocurrencies remains relatively low in comparison to previous months. But Coinbase Chief Technical Officer Balaji Srinivasan stated that while it may be winter for crypto markets in terms of innovation and developer activity, the cryptocurrency sector is flourishing. Public blockchain networks such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, and even stablecoins have seen noticeable improvements in various areas, including scalability and privacy. It may be the crypto winter for price, but it feels like summer for innovation. Decentralized lending, interest, derivatives, prediction markets, Lightning, bulletproof staking, stablecoins, a lot of good things happening across the ecosystem. Past studies have revealed that developer activity, that's what's been happening all of 2018, is the most accurate indicator of the price trend of cryptocurrencies, which is why people say, and I agree, that the real value of Bitcoin right now is about $14,000 a coin. If companies and projects continue to drive innovation in the space, in the long run, it is likely to have a positive impact on the long-term recovery of the asset class. Now, I'll ask you guys if you would like, because I have gotten my phone blowing up regarding green. If you want me to give my opinion, let me know in the chat box, and then I'll share some things. Other than that, because I'm getting messages right now, I am waiting to hear more updates from green themselves before I start running my mouth and doing any lives and crypto talks and training videos and anything regarding it. So if you want to hear what I might have to say on it right now, let me know in the chat box. If not, I'll be moving on to the last article, which really getting my eye. The wireless wars in the crypto space that's coming. Oh, of course, people said, yeah, I want to hear about it. Of course. Okay, I cannot show, well, let me give a disclaimer first. Again, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I am not speaking as a representative of Green, and I am not giving my opinion as the #1 pinnacle leader in KGX. I am speaking as someone who invested in the Green rigs myself, just like many of you have. I want to make that point very clear. So nothing coming out of my mouth is official from anywhere. Just an investor who has knowledge of the crypto space, okay? So I got that disclaimer out of the way. 12.5 billion coins needed to be mined in the first 6 months between July and December. When you do the math based on how many machines that were mining during that time, between 3,000 to 5,000 machines, you could come up with a number anywhere between 20 to 40,000 coins a day. What I said last year as well is that after the 6 months, I expect that to drop by half at least, because you have more machines up and running, meaning between January 2019 and July 2019, I expect that to drop by half, to go down to between $7,000 to $10,000 per coin. Wait, who's blowing me up right now? Hold on. Doing morning crypto talk. Oh, password. 1 sec. I will send. All right. Wait. After this. If I don't answer, then it will just keep blowing up. Okay. So as I was saying, between January 2019 and July 2019, I expect it to drop to between, actually, I think I said 7 to 15,000 coins a day per machine, depending on how many machines were on. Because at this time, I didn't know how many would be live. I just knew, I know mining. I know how it works. Traditionally, it takes 4 to 6 months to get back in, to get your investment back when it comes to mining, anything. Unless you're mining at the beginning, you can get your investment back within 2 weeks to your first month. So now that we see activity in the Greenback office, and no, I cannot show the Greenback office. I can't do that. But those of you who have it, you can see it. You're seeing numbers and data pop up. As far as I'm concerned, those numbers are based off of mining today, not mining in July. Unless there's information I don't know. One thing I also always state, that no matter what we're told, I always look at worst case scenario. And can I live with worst case scenario? So if I invest, let's say you've got 2 machines and you pay $3,750 for 2 machines. So that's a little less than $8,000. And according to the data that is being shown right now of $7,000 to $10,000 a day per machine, you're looking at if it's at a 2-cent valuation, meaning if the coin one day is worth 2 cents, that's about a little over $8,000 a month. Or for one machine, $4,200, $4,300, $4,400 a month. So based on that, what is my rule number 3? Always get your return on investment back. And in 1 month, you made your money back. Those of you that's had your machines for a while, you've been mining for multiple months. Everything after that is a profit. What is debatable is how much of that profit there is. Well, we can't talk about money. What we can talk about is, more importantly, how many coins is your machine mining? One thing that I have, yeah, Shane, I see my green rewards from when I ordered all the way from July. However, I question what I'm seeing only based on the fact it determines the amount of machines, because again, 12.5 billion coins needed to be mined in the first 6 months. So if there's 6,000 machines mining today, there was not 6,000 machines mining in July. So you can't base today's numbers back in July. You know, again, I am speaking from an investor standpoint, not as a representative of KGX or Green. These will be the questions that I have when all is said and done, that I can go back to Green and say, okay, now explain this to me. I'm good either way. Like I said, I always make my not predictions, but my assessments on worst case scenario. And anything after that is gravy. So here's also what I'm going to do. I can't tell you what to do, regardless of what the numbers are. Here's what I'm going to do. I follow my rules, my 4 rules. So what I'm going to do is sell at least, oh, dang it, can I say that? Okay, here's what I may do. Here's an option, okay? Yeah, let me use that word. Here's an option, because I don't know what the numbers are. I'm either going to sell 25% of my coins when it hits the exchange, because we don't know when it will hit the exchange. And if I do sell 25%, that 25%, you know what it's going to do? Go back in my pocket as far as what I spent on my machines. And then what's left over, I'm going to be putting into the Forex trading system and the crypto trading desk that's in KGX. Depending on the amount, Rich, will be how many more rigs I buy as well. Because then I'm also looking at how long will it take for, you know, if it doesn't hit the exchange until before July, now we're talking about almost a year of mining. So now you've got a whole year worth of coins. So you can have a little bit more wiggle room. But I definitely want to make sure I'm keeping at least 75% of my coin. Because if we're speaking at a 2-cent valuation, what happens when that goes to 10 cents or 20 cents? I don't want to be the guy that sold all my coins at 2 cents. And next thing you know, 6 months later, it's worth 30 cents a coin. And I don't have any. Another option is to just sell enough to make your money back that you spent. So now you've eliminated your risk and you just sit on your coins and don't even look at it for another year. That's another option. Another option is not to sell any coins at all, which I personally do not suggest. Rule number 3, get your investment back ASAP. Therefore, you had no risk. I don't want anybody calling me talking about they lost something. You get your money back ASAP. You can sit on the rest if you want. I don't care. You want to be able to sleep good at night. You made a good investment regardless. Everything from that first month is a profit regardless. That was a good move. And once those coins hit your wallet, it is your responsibility on what you do with them. Not Green, not KGX. It's your responsibility. So if you've been mining for 6 months and you've got 30 or 40 grand worth of coins sitting there, again, this is not guarantee. I'm just using hypotheticals. You did good. Some of you have 6 figures, some 7 figures. But before we start asking 1,000,001 questions, I would wait until everything is said and done on Green and they send us an update and they let us know what we're looking at on the charts. They let us know what this means. We know how many machines are actually mining. We know, I know all the back coins that are going to start hitting periodically. You know, we don't know any of that yet. We don't have enough information to start making decisions right now. Because I've been hearing some people saying, oh, I'm going to sell them all, or I'm not going to sell any, or I'm disappointed, or I'm excited. You don't have enough information to be going down that emotional roller coaster yet, because what you see right now may not be what you see in 2 days. And then you got to go through it all over again. I put no brain cells to it. All right. Sit back, relax. I'm excited to see movement. And then we can decide which direction or which way to go. I've heard people say I'm buying a whole lot of machines. I heard people say I'm not buying any or I'm not selling any. I would sell all day long. Why? Because it's still a profit. You're making $500 every time you sell a freaking machine. That's just my opinion. Even worst case scenario, you're making money. Manage your expectations and don't think greedily. and you just make adjustments with the information that we have. So don't get emotional yet, besides being excited that we see some movement taking place. All right, last up, Samsung Pay. Samsung Pay. And I want to make sure that what I said got through. So if that made sense to you, type yes in the chat box. I'm not going to be doing anything on our KGS community regarding that until we have more information. So I just took the time on my crypto talk to give my opinion based as an investor. All right. Samsung Pay. This has my head exploding. The entire cell phone mobile industry in crypto and the blockchain has me awake at night. I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. I couldn't go back to sleep. Just my mind just racing, just thinking on what my next move is, what I need to do, how to make this happen. Here's why. Let's look at what Samsung's doing. How many of you have a Samsung phone or an Android smartphone? I do. I got the S8, and I'm soon about to get the S10. I've had Samsung now for years. Samsung Pay may integrate crypto on millions of smartphones. See, my industry right now is crypto education, bringing crypto awareness to the masses. How can I do that effectively? By putting it in front of their eyeballs. Because you know what's going to happen? When you've got millions and millions of people with smartphones that don't know what crypto or Bitcoin is, and now they have that feature, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, what is Bitcoin and crypto? Which means they need crypto education, which is why KGX is perfectly positioned to slide on in there. Whether people like it or not, I said it last year, whether they like it or not, whether they understand it or not, whether they want to be involved or not, they're not going to have a choice. Because if you want to get the next smartphone, the S10, it's going to have crypto on it. You didn't ask for it, it's going to be there. Does this make sense? So what is the realistic impact? Oh, I got to put this link in the chat box. I would be almost irresponsible, knowing what I know, not to take advantage of this some kind of way. It's just crazy. According to a report from the Korea Herald, a mainstream media publication based in South Korea, Samsung Pay could integrate crypto into the Samsung Galaxy S10. Earlier this month, CCN reported that the potential development of a crypto wallet by Samsung and the Galaxy S10 development team was leaked by an insider. Now, we read that report last week. Galaxy S10 with the crypto. Oh my goodness, look at this. Gotta make that bigger. I only use the Galaxy A8 for a day, and I was used to the existence of a hole and even thought it was not bad. I underestimated people's ability to adapt. Galaxy S10 with the crypto wallet. Now, I see this, what they're talking about here. Normally, like I'm looking at my S8 right now. I'm talking on my crypto phone, by the way. So those beeps you hear is coming from my S8. So on my S8, there's like a little circle, but it's still flat screen for your selfie. So what they did was they made the selfie front camera almost as good as the one in the back by having this little hole right up here. So I need to touch it and feel it to see, if there's any issue with that. But look at this, import existing wallet. You can import cryptocurrency from your previous wallet, create a new wallet. Look at this. People have never heard of Bitcoin. They're like, what is this? I can get into Bitcoin now? All right, let me close that out. I just think that's cool. Welcome to Samsung Blockchain Key Store. All right. New reports suggest that Samsung will bring crypto into its ecosystem through Samsung Pay, its flagship digital payments platform. What effect could Samsung Pay have on crypto? I already can tell you that. In late 2018, MK reported that Samsung Pay has more than 10 million users in South Korea alone. See, in Asia, they don't run around with cash. They do everything. They pay everything with their phone. I'm not talking about crypto using Pay. They have it attached directly to their bank account, their apps, like Circle, I guess. So all they do is swipe their phone and they're out. There's no debit card, there's no credit card, there's no cash. And now they're adding crypto onto that as well. So in Asia, this is a no-brainer. I mean, it's going to be an easy thing to switch over to. Not so much in the United States. United States is going to take some time. Give you an example. In the United States, most people had access to the internet with with desktop computers at home. That was our very first introduction to the internet. In Africa, they didn't have computers in every home. Their very first access to the internet was through BlackBerry, was through phones. They completely skipped the desktop computer. In Asia, they're completely skipping. They went from cash to phone payments. They completely skipped debit and credit cards. So the United States, as we were the innovators of this, most people are still used to using their debit and credit card. And the next evolution is going to be their phone to do everything with: identification, security, your license, your insurance. You know, the police pulls you over, they're going to see, can I have proof of license and insurance? You're going to pull out your phone. Everything's going to be done through that device. Or better yet, they're going to, I don't want to scare you, but it's going to have your fingerprint identity. So when a cop pulls you over, they're going to give you a device. All you do is put your thumbprint on it, and all your data is going to pop up. You think I'm lying? Or they'll do a retina scan on with the device. The technology that is coming is going to blow you away, and it's going to happen sooner than later, faster than you expect, in our lifetime. Forget in our lifetime, within the next decade. This is happening. All right, calm down, B. I'm getting myself too excited here. Now let's get back to the article. So 10 million users in South Korea to settle day-to-day payments. With Kakao's Kakao Pay, Samsung Pay dominates the country's digital payment sector, partly due to its $200 million acquisition of Loop Pay, which allows Samsung Pay to use its magnetic signature. Hold on. All right, magnetic signature to transmission technology, an alternative to NFC that is used by Apple Pay and Kakao Pay. What's it saying? MST allows Samsung Pay users to use the application at point-of-sale machines. Point-of-sale machines, you're going to start seeing a lot of that. Hint, hint, we might have something in KGX. Speaking to the Korea Herald, an industry official said that the integration of a crypto wallet by Samsung and Samsung Pay could lead to the mainstream adoption of cryptocurrencies in the local market. The official said, the arrival of the new Samsung phones could start popularization of the cryptocurrency wallet system in Korea. Since mid-2018, Samsung, South Korea's largest conglomerate, has shown interest in the utilization of cryptocurrencies in commerce. A report released by Samsung Insights previously emphasized that mobile devices are typically more secure in storing cryptocurrencies due to the presence of a trusted execution environment. On PCs or desktops, private keys to wallet addresses are stored in the same memory as the operating system. That's traditional. As such, in an event of a hacking attack, a hacker could easily gain access to the data. So Joel Snyder at Samsung Insights explained, If a wallet stores the private keys on a normal persistent store, such as a hard disk or SSD, whether on a standard Windows PC or in a smartphone, a bit of malware can easily get access to them. If those private keys are in the TEE and only accessible via a trustlet, there's no possible way the malware can extract the keys directly. So in other words, it can't be hacked. My only issue, and it might take me a little time to get over this, I just have an issue of you walking around with your bank on you all the time. What if you lose your phone? Someone else, or you go through customs and you've got $100,000 in your wallet and you don't think nothing of it because it's Bitcoin. And they say, do you have any cash on you or any money? Do you need to declare? Because you can't have more than $10,000 moving from border to border. And then they'd be like, wait, you've got to say, oh, it just hit me now. Anybody that's got a new phones, customs is gonna ask you these questions because they're gonna assume you've got Bitcoin or crypto on your phone. When all of a sudden your phone disappears because they want to confiscate it. You know, I got major security questions. I'm as excited as I am. So these questions got to be answered. Historically, Samsung has tended to focus on markets which it can reasonably penetrate into with minimum resources and capital using their existing infrastructure. Cryptocurrency users may not pay much attention to the mechanics of how their coins are stored, but that can be a dangerous attitude to have. That's why education is so important, why we go over security. You've got to know this. Picking a dependable cryptocurrency wallet is an important part of using cryptocurrency safely, Snyder said. The integration of a cryptocurrency wallet into the Galaxy S10 could demonstrate the security of its TEE and software like Knox to a new group of users. So I'm getting the Galaxy S10. However, I'm going to wait for better technology because, you know, it's going to be the first. And the first isn't always the best. It's just the first. There's going to be much, much better that come out after that because you better know Apple's watching this. If the Androids are going to do it, so is Apple. And it's going to happen sooner than later. I expect to hear info on Apple doing something in crypto at least by October 2019. You're going to hear something major come out of Apple, either on their next run at the end of this year or going into 2020. If Samsung S10 that comes out, next month? And then they're going to integrate it in their Note, in their tablets. Apple's already working on it right now. And now, you know who I'm thinking back to? Freaking, what's that guy? Steve Wozniak. I'm connecting the dots now. When Steve Wozniak sold all his coins in December 2017, and his reasoning, because, you know, it's just too volatile. Really? You just happened to sell at the ultimate high that Bitcoin ever was. Not because you know anything, because you think it's too volatile. No, you just made a boatload of money. And then 6 months later, you're investing like $100+ million in a crypto blockchain project? Huh. Oh, you just happen to be co-founder of Apple? Never listen to what people say. Follow what they do. Although Samsung has not released an official statement regarding the rumors of a potential crypto wallet launch, every company and market involved in the development benefits from it, and the deal makes sense for the conglomerate. Samsung will appeal to millennial users who perceive cryptocurrencies as an efficient and alternative means of payment method over traditional systems. The cryptocurrency users will benefit from a native app that prioritizes security. Kakao Pay has been working with Upbit, a cryptocurrency exchange owned by Dunamu, a company invested by Kakao, to provide support to the trading platform. With two of the largest digital payment applications in South Korea experimenting with cryptocurrencies in different ways, In the long run, industry experts foresee the infrastructure supporting cryptocurrencies to improve significantly. I'm bouncing out of my chair. It's times like this, I wish I had an extra $1 million. But at the same time, there's huge opportunity in the entire crypto space right now. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna put you in dream mode for a second, because technology excites me. And why do I say there is a cell phone crypto war that is about to take place? Okay, I'm gonna put you in dream mode based on historical fact. Do you remember the Bell Wars of the late 80s and the 90s? The telephone companies that got broken up and deregulated because they had a monopoly. And when that happened, you had competition. And when you have competition, it's always good for us because they're fighting for consumers. They're fighting for customers. Long distance price was expensive. I remember my girlfriend was my wife at the time from Philly, and I'm in Los Angeles. It was too expensive once we left school to communicate. There were no texting. We didn't have pagers yet. Well, yeah, we did, but you know, you flip that pager upside down. That's how you text. We had pay phones that we had to use. Long distance was unheard of. Even in where I am, LA, we had 213-909. You know, our 714 area code, 619 for San Diego. It was long distance just calling from the Inland Empire into West LA. And then all of a sudden, because of technology, the long distance costs started to come down. Ultimately, then it was like 10 cents a minute, 2 cents a minute. How about unlimited long distance with our plan? We'll put you on a contract. And then all of a sudden, you know, there was no such thing as long distance anymore. I could call across the country just like I can call Long Beach. And then a new thing happened, cell phones. Everybody started having cell phones. Now it's a trend. People don't even have a phone in their home. I do have a phone line that we haven't used in years. It's not even connected. It just came with the cable service because it's in the bundle package. We don't have a home phone. It's all cell phones. In the late 2000s, we had the cell phone wars. AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, fighting for what? You. And the cost of those, the plans came down with 2-year contracts. Let me tell you what the new war is going to be. It's going to be the crypto war, the blockchain war, and every cell phone company and phone provider will be involved because the next thing is you're not going to have a cell phone bill anymore. It's like video game industry. They're going to give the game away for free. You're going to have cell service for free. Not only are you going to have cell phone service for free, they're going to pay you to talk on the phone because the money is not in you paying a phone bill. The money is in the data. It always has been. These companies are making a boatload, 3 times more money off you using your phone than what you're paying on your phone bill right now. You just don't know it. So when one company decides to eliminate your cell phone bill, then the other companies, if they want to remain relevant, are going to do the same thing. I just like to be ahead of the game, which reminds me, there's only a few days left. Any of you that wants to have no more cell phone bill, one-time payment of $300, and you have no phone bill for the next 5 freaking years, let me know. Because after February 1st, that $300 price goes away. And I've been playing with my phone for over a month. Now, almost 2 months. I got to make sure the thing is legit. Does it work? I got to make sure it works. RemoveMyBill.com. Price goes up, but this is just the tip of the iceberg of what's coming. That's got me excited. RemoveMyBill.com. If you want it. Saving my family, I think it's over $20,000 in cell phone costs. I had to buy 5 SIM cards. So I paid $1,500 and I saved myself over 20 grand. That's a no-brainer. I mean, really? You don't like it, continue paying a high phone bill every single month. That's your prerogative. But that's not even what excites me, really. It's having crypto on the phone that is now going to put crypto in the face of everybody, and they're all going to need education. KGX. We are perfectly positioned. Maybe we're too early, too soon. But we got to start somewhere. So that is it. I am a little over, 2 minutes over what I normally do. I normally like to just do 30 to 45 minutes. So we talked about green. We talked about cell phones. We talked about the market going below 3,000. A lot of information today. Depending on the news, I'll be back tonight for late night crypto talk. Again, just 2 days away for that $300. Get your SIM card. Save yourself some money. Use that money that you would normally use to be paying your bill, to be putting in for your crypto portfolio. You're paying $300 a month for a cell phone bill for your family. Put $300 towards your crypto portfolio. Put $300 into our new Forex desk we got coming out. Use that $300 to get your KGX education going on. Save yourself some money and make some money. Anyways, have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.